great classic comes to the screen.
Stay thy hand, fair prince.
Who said I'm fair?
Hi guys, welcome to Keepin' It Real. I'm Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite movies of all time, Last Action Hero.
Columbia Pictures is proud to present the screen's greatest action hero.
Last Action Hero is a movie released in 1993 starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And the famous comedian Arnold Braunschweiger.
Schwarzenegger.
Gesundheit.
It's directed by John McTiernan, who also directed Die Hard. It also stars Austin O'Brien as a young boy named Danny.
And Danny Madigan is his biggest fan.
This movie is awesome. I love it. I love everything about this movie, even the parts that are not really that great. Part of the reason why I love this movie is nostalgia. I was able to watch this movie when my parents started letting me watch PG-13 movies, and for me that was like pretty early on. I was a huge fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I still am to an extent, but like not like I was.
Now I know you've never heard of this man, but his actual name, believe it or not, is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I saw a lot of his movies as a kid, even the R-rated ones, because Arnold Schwarzenegger R-rated movies are not really R-rated movies. They're kind of silly, a lot of them.
Wait, where are you going?
I'll be back. Ha! You did not gonna say that, did you?
That's what you always say.
I do?
In this movie, Last Action Hero, yes, there is camp, yes, there is cheese, yes, there are bad moments. This movie is, in every sense of the word, a guilty pleasure movie. And I have heard rumors that this movie suffered from some studio interference and things like that too. And so I'm sure that there's a solid argument to be made about the woulda, coulda, shoulda of what other versions of this movie possibly exist or existed, and I'm not going to get into that because I'm only going to talk about the version that we do have, that we can see, that is available on Blu-ray and to stream if you pay for it in certain streaming sites and things like that.
You are gonna pay. Ooh, are you gonna pay?
Danny is a young movie lover in this film who frequents his local cinema. And in the beginning of the movie, we can see very early on that this cinema is degrading and people are not going to see movies anymore. And so the movie does a decent job in the beginning of drawing that sharp contrast to show you that the rest of the world doesn't really give a shit about movies right now. And it's kind of just him. It's like he's watching a movie in the opening scene and there's one other guy in the movie theater and he's sleeping.
Focus!
Hey, people are trying to sleep.
Because he frequents this theater, Danny has befriended, or perhaps the other way around, the projectionist, Nick. Nick is an older gentleman who loves Danny's passion for movies, and in this movie, the projectionist Nick has to screen the newest Jack Slater movie.
Jack Slater 4.
Well, I'm checking the print tonight, midnight, just myself. I could arrange for you to gain admittance. That is, you know, if that sort of thing appeals to you.
See it before it opens?
Yeah.
Who do I have to kill?
Nick has invited Danny to watch the screening of this movie, and he shows up, and Nick presents Danny in a very theatrical way a magic ticket.
Please retain your stub, sir.
Danny enters this theater with this magic ticket in his pocket, and he is about to watch Arnold Schwarzenegger, who Danny in the movie is aware of, in the movie within a movie, Jack Slater 4. The movie starts, and it opens with an action sequence, and there's a stick of dynamite that gets thrown, and it actually comes through the screen and into the movie theater where Danny is sitting. Danny ends up running away from this stick of dynamite, which does explode, and it blasts him forward, and instead of killing him, he is in fact suddenly in the movie. He's inside the movie within a movie. This movie gets super meta right about now, if you haven't already picked up on the fact that it is a pretty meta movie.
Who the hell are you?
Danny is in this movie, interacting with the characters of the movie, and is aware that he's in a movie. It's so much fun. This movie is just so much fun.
Could I speak to the drug dealer of the house, please?
Have a nice day.
Have him killed.
This movie was released around the same time as Jurassic Park was. In fact, I think it was released the next weekend after Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park was in its second week and this movie was released, which is probably why you've never heard of this movie.
The Last Action Hero. The big ticket for '93.
But you've heard of Jurassic Park. It's because Jurassic Park was such a smash hit.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
And then this movie came out the next weekend and just got totally buried by the success of Jurassic Park, which happens to a lot of great movies, unfortunately. The special effects of Jurassic Park hold up a lot better than this movie does.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
But that's kind of part of the charm of this movie, actually, is that it's sort of like a time capsule of what movies were like at that time. And it's meant to be a movie within a movie, so you're meant to be in this older movie. There's a really great scene where the kid tries to prove to Arnold Schwarzenegger that he's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they go to a video store, and it's probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. They find a poster or a stand-up cardboard cutout of Terminator 2, but instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger with the shotgun on the motorbike, it's Sylvester Stallone. And the kid is like, Danny is like, no, this was you. You were in this movie, not him. And so, like, it's just super meta and super fun and awesome. And I love this movie. Even though it's not perfect.
He killed Mozart!
In a movie?
Amadeus, he won 8 Oscars!
This movie is hilarious. It also has the action. It's got a little bit of drama. It makes you care for the characters. It builds up its characters actually pretty well. Even some of the side characters, like, you can understand their motivations. It stars a young Tywin Lannister.
I have killed people smarter and younger than you.
At least halfway through the movie, when he discovers that he's part of a movie, his attitude and motivations completely change, and he becomes a much more interesting character than just the typical baddie that he was set up to be.
All right, Slater, I'll go quietly.
The hell you will.
I get a super, super big kick out of this movie. I think it's a lot of fun, and that's why I'm going to give this movie a 90 out of 100. It's a solid 90. That 10% is the benefit of the doubt that this is not a perfect movie.
Bingo.
But this movie is better than a 70 or an 80 or even an 85 because it's just so much fun to watch.
Everybody down! Now!
The Last Action Hero.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please hit like and subscribe, and I will see you for the next review.